Happy Thursday. I hope wherever you are that you and your loved ones are safe and well, that you're having a good week and a good day. Emphasis on safe and well, because the weather we've been having here in the States has been out of control. East Coast, West Coast, it's everywhere in between. I genuinely hope that you're all okay. I want to preface everything I'm about to say by just laying out some truth about me. I am a rules gal. I always have been. I always will be. When I was a kid, I was the friend who said, maybe we shouldn't do this. Let's not do this. We might get in trouble. This is not right. Let's point out the safety of things. Is anyone going to get hurt? Like, that was me. And like some of my classmates or my friends would be like, oh, you're such a nerd. Yes, I am. If that's what a nerd is, if a nerd is concerned about everybody getting in trouble or someone getting hurt, yes, that's me raising my hand and accepting that title. Growing up, same way. Was I a saint? No, of course not. But overall, with the rules, yes. Going into a grocery store, every other checkout is totally jam crowded. The express lane is empty. It says 15 items or less. I have 16 items. I will not get on that line because I feel like it's wrong. People with me are like, oh, come on. And then the cashier's like, no, it's okay. And then I'm like, I don't know. That's who I am. I'm just laying that out. Why am I saying this? What is the point? Becky, where are you going with this? Yesterday, had my follow-up with my doctor, who I adore. He is amaze-tastic. I think he's amazing. We think the procedure went well. I'm having some trouble with my back related to the lower back issues, the middle of my back. Is it perfect? No. Do I think it went well? It's a little bit hard to say, but for the most part, I think it's okay. Where are we going? What's the point of bringing up the rules? Okay, here it is. Middle of the phone call, he says, so let me ask you, with your medication, do you think you might be in a place where you would want to lower the amount you take every day? So I was like, hold on, stop. Why are you asking me this? So I said, no. Why? And I want to point out that I have been taking the same dose of Neurontin since probably 2006 when they brought it up. I initially started in 2003, so I've been taking Neurontin for 18 years. They started me at a low dose, and now I take 3,200 milligrams a day, okay? But it took a while to build that up, and I have been at that for at least 15 years, 16, 14, whatever, a long time. My Methadone dose, I have been on it, and sometimes it surprises me because I thought I started it after I got the pump. I have been on the same dose, actually a lower dose, since 2008, 2009. Maybe earlier than that, but my documented where I found a note and I was like, oh wow, I've been on it that long. I take 5 milligram tablets 4 times a day. One of those doses I half, so I'm only taking 3.5 pills a day. I have been on that dose for at least 14 years, okay, 13, 14 years. Am I messing with my medicine at this point in my life? No, I am not. I know people say both of those medications are controversial. I get that. That's fine for other people. This is what has worked for me and kept me functional for the last 18 years. When I've taken other opioid medications, the Pekin Valley, the crash and burn was so severe that it was like I could time it by my body how I felt every 6 hours. I am not doing that again. I'm never doing that. I'm too old for that. I don't need that, okay? Have I ever mistaken, misused, screwed around with my doses of any meds? No, I have not. Because if you think I'm a rules gal in the grocery store, the way I am where my medication is concerned, I am militant about following every rule they give me because I know as a nurse, as an educated consumer, I guess, the dangers of not following those rules for a number of reasons. That people become addicted, people overdose, Not to mention the fact that I have a sensitivity to so many medications, and when I didn't have it to these two medications, we were so happy because I'm allergic to certain medications, certain opioids. I can't take them. And so when this worked and I didn't like have an anaphylactic reaction or have a rash or ear ringing and everything else, they said, okay, stop, this is it. And it didn't, it's like a regular, steady dose, steady feeling. I don't have that crash and burn and I numb up, I'm down, I'm all over the place. I don't have that with this combination, this cocktail of medications. I am not changing it. Why did he ask me this? Because the DEA is cracking down, as we know, as they have been, on doctors, on patients. They're making it very hard for doctors to continue, unethical doctors that are not, just flim-flamming around with prescription pads and giving out, whatever to people, especially people that are high risk or that are exhibiting addictive situations. The doctors that are following the rules and doing what they're supposed to do and are monitoring their patients, they're cracking down and they're making it very hard. And they're bullying these doctors and therefore the patients to stop the medications. And no way in hell am I doing that. No way. No way. And so I said to him, wait, I'm not changing anything. And I did go down my dose, the half pill, and believe me, that half pill, it took a week to get there safely, where I didn't, I monitored myself, I checked in with him, and I don't mess around with my meds at all. So he said to me, I have to ask every one of my patients, we're checking on their, how they're doing, if they're doing everything right. I know you're doing everything right, because he knows me a long time. What they do is they do random tests when you come in, a random urine test when you come into the office to make sure that you don't have excess. They know how much you're supposed to be taking. They know where you are. If they're a doctor that's following the flipping rules, and he is. He's a great doctor. He's the best doctor I've ever had because he believes me, he listens, he's very smart, and he doesn't screw around with this stuff because he knows that he could lose his license, and he is not about that at this point in his career. Or at any point in his career. Nobody wants to lose their license. And any doctor that risks that, screw you. You know what I mean? Screw you, because you're not helping anybody. So when he said that to me, he said, and plus the pandemic, having a year and a half of online visits and not being able to do those random checks has probably put more pressure on all of these doctors, because now that the DEA is like, well, you got to get people in, you got a random test. And so he was upset yesterday. And he said, can you come in person for your next few visits? I was like, absolutely. Test me today. I don't care. I have never, ever, ever, and I will never mess around with my medication doses. And I want to say I know the FDA, the CDC is not going to see this. What am I saying? The DEA. There's too many initials. I know they're not going to see this. But every person that takes an opioid medication, there's so much involved in that. You have to be careful, you have to monitor yourself and know your levels and be honest with your doctors. And you can't undertake that flippantly. You have to be careful. And it upsets me because I know there are so many people that are being dropped by their doctors, people that are taking everything the right way and being dropped by their doctors because their doctors are too worried about losing their licenses, and so they just drop these patients and they leave them. It's like dropping somebody off a cliff, and they're not leaving them with medication. And it's like, you can't just stop, you can't just do this to people. And this hit home yesterday because he's asked me before about changing my doses, and we've always had that conversation, but whatever's going on behind the scenes is making him like, I have to do this again. And I'm sure it's going to get worse. And I will go to the DEA myself. And believe me, when I was relaying this to my husband yesterday, there were a lot of choice words that I'm leaving out of this video. And he was upset, and he's like, are you kidding me? And I was like, no. And I will fight for my doctor because I know he's a good person. I know he's careful. And I will fight for myself and every patient that is getting screwed like this. The people that are taking their prescriptions the right way, the people that are not messing around and doing everything they can to be safe and just to function, to get out of bed, to walk across a room, to go to the bathroom, to eat, to make coffee, to pick their kids up, to get to a job, to be able to drive, to sit in a chair, to carry a garbage, I don't know, you name it. We don't take these things for fun. We don't. And I know I'm yelling and I'm upset and I'm sitting here and I'm talking to a group of people that follows this journey that I'm on. Some of you are on a similar journey. Some of you are just incredibly supportive and wonderful people that you show up here every week and listen to me ramble. But I'm pissed off because this is like, I'll be damned if this is going to screw with, I'm 48 years old. I've been doing this since I can't do math right now, since 2003, however old, 25? Oh my gosh, please don't make me do math right now. But I'm not letting anybody mess with that. And I resent that there are patients with less access, with less of a platform, with less of a voice to fight for themselves, who have just been dropped off a medical cliff and are left without meds. They're going through withdrawal, they're trying to scramble, then it looks like they're drug seeking, they can't get their records. Do people understand what a cluster F this is? I mean, I'm not kidding. So I'm going to ask everybody out there that whether you're on pain medication or not, whether you know somebody that's on pain medication or not, please, please, please speak up on behalf of the people that are doing this the right way, that are trying to follow the rules, that are trying to take these meds, not because they want to, but because they have to. I have to. And I know I function, I do well. I function because of my meds. I function because of these meds. And I function well because of these meds. And there's still pain every day, but without my meds, I feel like I'm sunburned. I feel like I'm missing skin. I feel like I'm having shooting all over the place. And I'm not going back to that. Not if I can help it. And if I have to go testify in front of these idiots, I'm happy to do that. I know we have a drug problem in America, obviously. The opioid crisis is no joke. It is not a game. It is not a joke. People are dying. People are sick. People are bankrupt. They're losing everything. But there are also people that are, and addiction is a disease, and they're not helping. The way it's being handled is not right. It's a mess. And targeting doctors and arbitrarily stripping licenses and bullying everybody into just suddenly, oh, okay, we're all going to stop our meds, is not the right way to do this. It is not the right way to do this. And I'm not going to let my doctor be bullied, and I'm not going to be bullied myself. No flipping way. And I'm not going to let other patients be bullied because it's wrong. It is wrong. So please, 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 wherever you are, please speak up for these patients. Whether it's you, whether it's somebody you love, if you think of me when you do it, I'm grateful. Please speak up for these patients. Please speak up for me because I don't deserve that. My doctor doesn't deserve that. There are doctors all across the country who have been so panicked and bullied into a corner that they've closed down their practices because they feel like they're going to go to jail. There are doctors that have actually gone to jail who have not done anything. These are the stories that are coming out. And I'm trying to parcel out what's true, what's rumor, what's fear, what's real. The bottom line is people are scrambling. People are scrambling in a dangerous way. These are dangerous meds that you cannot just stop randomly and on a dime. You have to bring somebody down from that. You know what I mean? Because they've had this level of medication in their system for X amount of time. And if they drop me off that cliff, I'm bringing everybody down with me. I'm telling you that right now. And I know it sounds funny, but I'm not joking. I could ramble. I could keep going. I'm angry. I'm angry for my doctor. He's a good man. And I know he's watching out for me. And he has since the day my other doctor just up and left, practically like in the middle of the night, and just abandoned all of us. And then we were all taken over by other doctors, and I got the best one. I love him. He's amazing. And he's been so good to me, and he really advocates for me, and he listens to me. And that's... I know I've said that before. I've said that a million times in these videos and in my blogs, but it's the truth. So I'm going to leave it there. advocate for everybody. Advocate, because who knows, down the road you may have to take one of these medications. And we need everybody, not just the pain community and the doctors and the medical professionals. We need everybody to like speak up and say, you know what, help the people who are addicted. It's a terrible situation. Nobody wants to be addicted to medications or to hard street drugs. No one wants that. This is what's happening though. But you can't just blanket strip everybody of the medications because of one part of it. You know what I mean? It's just wrong. I'm going to leave it there because otherwise I'm going to just keep going and going and going. Completely switching gears. My amazing, amazing shirt this week is from 6 on 6. You know I love Motley Crue. I feel like I can't switch gears like this so fast, but you know I love Motley Crue. Like love Motley Crue. Nikki Sixx, my favorite founding member. He's a great photographer. He started his own website, 6 on 6, and his birth name was Frank Farana, and so I got this shirt for my birthday from our gal, and it's flipping amazing. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Website's really cool. He's got a lot of neat stuff there, and a lot of the stuff is not available. It was pre-order, and it came like a few months back. They had everybody pre-ordering stuff, and it just arrived, and so but check out the website if you like it. There's other really cool stuff there. And I hope wherever you are that you are having a low pain, no pain, low aggravation, no aggravation kind of a day, kind of a week, kind of a weekend, because that's what we hope for and that's what we deserve. And you know what? We are all advocates. Every single one of us has it in us to be an advocate for another person. We do it every day. When you hold a door for somebody, when you help somebody cross the street, when you speak up in your communities, whatever you're doing, we all advocate for each other and advocate for each other. Keep doing that because we need it, and this is like life or death for some people. And anyway, be well. I will see you tomorrow via the blog, next week for another video, and I'll see you soon. Okay.